Hello everyone! I was just gonna film an Instagram reel and that's it. But I am here on Christmas Day 2025. 25, 12, 25. Wow, there's a lot of 25s in here. And I'm 25 years old. So I just wanted to film a raw, unedited talk. And I apologize if this is very dry, but I wanted to do a video where I didn't edit it at all and just kind of toss in my raw emotions and thoughts. Because I was filming this Instagram reel just now and I kept getting sentimental, just thinking about, wow, this is the school, this is my high school, by the way, and this is the school I came to for 5 years of my life, and this was 12 years ago. That is an unfathomable amount of years. And in the grand scheme of things, these 5 years, I want to say I took it for granted. I felt like I just wanted to grow up faster and get along with my life. I was really looking forward to being 18. And as soon as I got to 18, I went to UBC. And I really wanted to get out of UBC so I can start my life. Am I really dark and you can't even see me? But basically, I feel like I took it for granted for the last 10 years, kind of wanting my life to speed on by. And as I am here in my 25th year of life, I'm really valuing my time and wanting to spend more time with the friends that I have, because in truthful and honesty, now that I'm in Hong Kong, these friends that I made in high school, these friends that I made in Vancouver, the people that I know here, I'm seeing them once a year. And if we really want to calculate it down, I maybe get to see some of these people 3 more times or 4 more times before I become 30. And sure, some of you might be older and might be watching these videos and be like, well, 30 is still quite young. But if you really think about back when you were 13 years old in high school and you think about 30 years old, you think, wow, I must have accomplished so much, or I must have done so much, and I'm an adult, all these things. And yeah, like, just that age sounds a bit scary, and it's much much closer than it was for me to be in high school. So like the difference between me and high school is 7 years. Me to 30 is about 4 years now. So yeah, it's just crazy because in my mind, and young people don't know this, and me in high school would never understand this, is that me at 26, I feel like I was still in university, or I feel like I was still in like high school. Like I remember all these days, maybe like it was last month or last couple of months, but it just flown by. I don't know. And I remember we were doing prom pictures out here. I mean, me and my friends, we would chill in this parking lot, just like casually, kind of wasting time. And yeah, it's just, we're all grown up now, and we're all in different stages of our lives. But when we were here in high school, we were all in the same stage. But yeah, that's just my raw emotional thoughts. But more I wanted to talk about is a reflection of this year of 2025. And I don't know why Christmas is a more sentimental time than it is for New Year's. I think New Year's, you're just anticipating for what's to come. But 2025, not 2025, Christmas is more of a time that's time to sit down as everybody is just at home, doing nothing, spending time with family. And I'm here at 8 a.m. kind of chilling in a parking lot of my high school. But it's a time to really slow down and reflect. And so I am doing my reflection now. In my 2025 year, there's a lot of changes. As I moved to Hong Kong, meeting new people and getting established in a new city, there's a lot of emotions through that time. And because of these ups and downs that I experienced, I feel like I grew as a person and really got to understand and learn myself. I think that is the most important part of my 2025 year. And as I lived in Hong Kong for some time, I pushed my boundaries more and more. And things that I used to think were impossible. Can you believe that I did not start running? Wait, when did I start running? Yeah, I don't think I started running until 2025. And 5 kilometers was hard. And I was like, wow, these people who run 50 kilometers are crazy. Or how do you even get to 10 kilometers? All of a sudden, with a snap of a finger, you are running. And I mean, not you are. I was training, like, I was just chasing a goal to run my fastest 5 kilometers. And then after that, I started running a little bit more. I started pushing myself to about 7 kilometers, and then 8, and then 10. And all the way till about October, or I guess, no, this race was end of November. Yeah, end of November. I was going to run a 100 kilometer ultra marathon. Wow. Can you believe that? A whole year ago, I basically couldn't even fathom that I could even run a 10 kilometer. And here I am signing up for an ultra marathon and almost doing it. Then, not only that, I see all these people who are doing high rocks. And I'm like, wow, this looks super hard. And there's no way that I can do it. And I don't remember me saying this, but I do remember someone telling me and calling me out that I said high rocks was stupid. Look at me now, doing high rocks religiously. So the moral of the story is, don't say things are stupid. It might come back and bite you in the ass. But I'm going to switch hands because I'm can't really see, but it's really cold. And yeah, and as I looked at high rocks, something that I did not think that I could do either, an opportunity comes knocking at the door, and I was granted this opportunity to come and join a high rocks with a person that I didn't even know. I said, why not? So I gave myself, after I started already running for a little bit, and I think I got to a pretty good stage in my running. I was running about like 4:30 for a 10 kilometer pace, 4:40-ish. And I was very happy, but there was no goal, right? Like I was just running aimlessly. Then that time I was running with my paddy runs. And yeah, I was running 12 kilometers, 4:40 pace. I was really good. So then a friend reached out to me and was like, hey, would you like to do high rocks? Because high rocks is low-key just a running competition with strength involved. I said, sure. I run and I gym. Why not do something like that? So I impromptu just kind of signed up for high rocks. And in 30 days, I trained very hard for this one event. And I did it, super proud of myself. And I was like, okay, I'm done with high rocks. And then for the next couple of months, I think 2 or 3 months, I wandered aimlessly again. I mean life and with fitness and everything. So then I realized I needed these little events that kind of propel me forward. And not to get too much about high rocks, but to me now, I realize how important it is to have little events in life that you strive towards, whether it's fitness, whether it's career, whether it's your life in general. For example, what if I set myself a timeline that by April, I am going on this trip to Brisbane? I don't know. And so everything will be kind of aligning yourself to that short-term goal. But yeah, no, I think I didn't know how important it was for me to have these little events that kind of that help me focus. And so after the 2-3 months of rotting away, I ended up signing up for High Rocks Vancouver, and I got my training back in check, and I feel superb. But not to talk about fitness anymore. Just talking about career-wise, I went from, this is crazy to say, let's just start from 2025, but it was low-key end of 2024. I had 0 videos, okay? 0 videos of myself. I had 0 Instagram videos. Now I am at 150 posts, or 130 posts, whatever, round up, cool, 150 posts. And I have about 50, almost 60 vlogs out on YouTube. If you want to calculate just with time, I spend about 3 hours on Reels. If it's like one of those patty skits, those I spent 3 hours on. If it's one of those more recent ones where it's the running ones, maybe I spent an hour on them. But for vlogs, I spent 6 to 8 hours just editing them. Okay, maybe, yeah. Early on, I really did spend 8 hours. And you guys, if you know and you watch me edit, I really did sit in front of a laptop for 8 hours. But more recently, I've been limiting myself to spending about 6 hours to edit. So vlogs, 6 hours. Reels, about 150 hours. So something that shifted in my mind is that filming isn't the hard part anymore. It's the editing part. And a lot of people are like, yes, we know the editing part is hard. But the mindset shift is that I used to be scared to stand in front of the camera. But the shift became, I'm not scared of standing in front of the camera and talking, because the post-editing part is going to be twice as hard. So I better make what I'm filming good enough to post. And so I have this mindset shift where get it over and done with. You set your mind, you're going to film this video, you're going to film a vlog. Make it easier for your post-editing self. Commit to the video. Commit to speaking to the camera. Commit to whatever you're going to do, because that's the clip that you have, and that is all you have. And then when you go home, you kind of have an easier time to edit, or you have, everything is just about easier post-processing. But I could not have ever imagined me standing in front of a camera and talking, because I think I'm a boring person. And so not only did I think I was a boring person, but I also felt as though I lacked confidence. in myself, in my purpose in life, in what I have to say. And I didn't believe that my thoughts hold value. But call it the 25 prefrontal cortex kind of developing thing or what. But I'm at a stage where I may have a thought and I'm kind of able to connect my thoughts to my words and just say it. And just say it, right? And sure, it could be wrong, but you put it out there in the world, and no thoughts are wrong thoughts, just like how at school they say, no questions are dumb questions. Because it's true. We all have different ways of thinking. We all have different ways of processing life. So it's just a conversation. You kind of just speak your mind, and so other people can chime in. But if you don't speak, you don't post a video, then you'll have nothing. Nothing comes of not saying anything. Nothing comes of nothing. As stupid as it sounds, but it's true. The more you procrastinate, the longer you delay, the less feedback you're going to get. And so that's something else I learned this year, is to close the loop. And if you have been talking to me recently, you'll have heard me kind of preach this thing called closing the loop. And this concept built within I think it was back in September or October, and I've carried it all the way to the end of the year. And doesn't matter what I'm thinking and what I want to do, I just try and I do it. And then in my own mind, I'll figure out whether or not this is something I want to continue or I want to stop. So closing the loop is a foreign concept for some, and it was a foreign concept for me a while back. But basically, for me, closing the loop just means if you want to go talk to this girl, which I'm just laughing because I'm thinking of this one particular person at sauna. And yeah, I wanted to spark a conversation, but I didn't. And then it just lived in my head. Not the person. The person, I don't care about the person at all. It was more so me in my own head, just should I say this? Yeah, that's kind of weird. Should I say that? And then the moment just passed. So, closing the loop. Give me the loop. Closing the loop is just, during that moment of time, you thought of something, go and do it. Now that loop has closed. You have this book that you want to read. It's on the back burner now. You keep thinking, I want to go read it. I need a book to read. I have a book to read. I need to do this. It's sitting in the back burner of your mind. And you have to clean your room. Oh, I have another task to do. I have to clean my room. Oh my God, I have to send this email out. Oh my God, I have to text. I have to text my friends about the next week's plan. Oh my God, I have this happening. Oh my God, my mom just told me I need to go buy groceries. Close the loop. And this is not a concept I came up with myself, obviously. Newell Knowledge, someone that I've been watching recently, has talked about this concept, and I really put it into action, and I think it helped me a lot. So with this event that's happening, it felt like a lot. It really did feel like a lot. I'm like, how am I going to get people to come? How do I structure this event? How do I get the venue? How do I get people to accept this awareness event? All of these things. But you then figure out what are the loops that I can close. Okay? Invite. Who can I invite? You send those invites out. The loop is closed. You go and talk about sponsorships. You send the emails out. You close the loop. And then, as you close this loop, maybe a new one will open. But at least you moved forward. And I think that's what I want to do in 2026, is to move forward. There's no more time to waste. 2025 is all about planning and logistics and kind of prepping my mind for what's to come for 2026. And I'm going to finish it off here, but oh, I'm falling over. But call it a manifestation, call it what you want. But 2026, well, that ain't gonna be a good ending. But I think 2026 will be a phenomenal year, not just for me, but I can feel it in the air that everyone is gonna have a great year. And I don't know if it's true, because my 2016 was pretty fun, and I don't know how other people felt about 2016, but they said, make 2026 2016. Let's have a great year, guys. All right. Toodaloo. Bye.